Since the COVID-19 pandemic sent shockwaves through our lives, scientists have discovered how the virus can impact people differently.
The symptoms typically last a few days, but for some, they can last for months, even years. An illness now known as long COVID.
Even if you've had mild COVID 2 years ago, and you may have forgotten about COVID-19, it actually can still wreak havoc in your system.
The CDC defines long COVID as a chronic condition with symptoms lasting longer than 3 months. It's believed millions of Americans could suffer from it, and it's led to an increase in research in recent years.
While the study of long COVID is relatively new, it's highlighted how different viruses can impact the body long term, specifically a condition already known as post-viral syndrome. Patients often experience fatigue weeks after an infection like the flu.
Reporter Jen Pachano takes an in-depth look at why seeking treatment can be difficult.
When Johnalynn Sinnott was just 12 years old, she got sick, but she didn't bounce back like kids usually do. Her bout with the flu morphed into a month-long migraine. This kicked off years of illness, pain, and discomfort, and countless visits to doctors.
Had to go to the ER, got a migraine cocktail, some nausea medication, some pain medication.
MRIs, medications, scans, blood work, tests, nothing was helping, and she and her mother weren't getting any answers. It was negatively affecting all aspects of her life.
So when I started falling behind and I was no longer on that perfect attendance list and I no longer had straight A's, slowly yet surely the truancy officers were like, why aren't we in school?
Johnalynn said she was scared, angry, and frustrated that no one seemed to understand what was happening to her, and some didn't even believe she was really sick.
Multiple doctors after tests came up negative or whatnot just were like, well, you're making it up, for one. Like, some people just said that straight out, like, you're making it up.
It wasn't until she was referred to Dr. David Miller at Connor Whole Health that she finally felt heard and started to feel better. She was diagnosed with long flu.
When Johnalynn came in, really what I heard was a constellation of symptoms that came on following flu within a confined time frame.
Dr. Miller and the team at Connor Whole Health learned a lot from long COVID care and says it unlocked their awareness to other post-viral syndromes.
And we're starting to see much more awareness within the infectious disease community, the general medical community, that you can get sick with something that seems like, you had it for a little while and it's gone, but really it's not gone.
Dr. Miller says other long illness patients like Johnalynn have gone years suffering because their post-viral symptoms like brain fog, fatigue, abdominal pain, and headaches were misdiagnosed.
It's awful.
No way to live.
It is no way to live.
Part of the problem, says Dr. Miller, is that mainstream medicine is still so silo organized.
So each person sees their little piece of the elephant, so to speak, but no one sees the elephant.
He says COVID drummed up a lot of data quickly, and that helped doctors see what they'd been missing in other patients for decades. At Connor Whole Health, they're approaching this multi-system condition holistically, applying changes to diet, low-dose medications, herbal remedies, probiotics, physical therapy, and even histamine management.
There's a practice for energy management called pacing that comes out of the chronic fatigue syndrome community, where people take preemptive rests throughout their day, not naps, but just even little breaks. And integrating those throughout the day can make a huge difference in sort of how much battery a person has and whether they're having crashes and symptom flares.
Johnalynn is confident she's got an accurate diagnosis and path for treatment. She's finally starting to feel better, and perhaps most comforting, she feels validated.
You have to yell from the rooftops how you feel, and if a doctor does not listen to you, you have to go to the next.
Doctors say it's unclear why the effects of a virus can linger in the body. Some theories suggest the virus overloads the immune system, preventing a healthy resolution for weeks or years.
While symptoms can be managed, there is no FDA-approved treatment for CFS or long COVID, but research is ongoing. The National Institutes of Health's Recover Initiative is conducting clinical trials to test potential treatments for long COVID, though some patients say a solution isn't coming fast enough.
You have to basically follow the clues, try different things. The question is, what's going to stick?
How long could that take, though?
Well, I think you don't give up until you get there.
To learn more about their research, symptoms, and who's at risk, head to investigatetv.com and search long COVID.